There's a 99% chance that the reason you play golf is so that you can get this feeling right here on the center of the face. It's so addicting. It keeps you coming back for more. It's like that shot on 18. You know that one shot that keeps you coming back? Well, I'm talking about hitting that shot time and time again. And it's possible when you learn what I'm talking about in today's episode. We're talking about controlling where this club comes into the ground. 99% of golfers struggle with contact because they don't know where this club is coming into the ground. Meaning that most of the time it'll come into the ground back here. Maybe it doesn't touch the ground. Maybe it's a top shot. Maybe it's the dreaded S word, the shank, slice, pull, but none of it is satisfying because this club is coming to the ground at many different points. If you ever stand over a golf shot, you go, I'm really not sure what I've got here. But you smile and you swing anyway. You smile and you swing. Okay, I got lucky. And then you do another one. And you swing. And this time, it's a thin top. And like, what happens? The same swing. Why can't, come back to me, good shot. Come back to me, where'd you go? You get rid of that by learning low point control. So the fundamentals of low point control, where the club comes into the ground, you need a couple different things. The most important thing is keeping your lead arm straight. The second thing is staying centered in the golf swing. Staying centered means you're not moving your head off the ball, up and down, around. Look, I do these two things, head in place, lead arm straight. I will see a predictable low point. I see the club entering where that divot is right there every time. That's awesome. It's not magic. It's just how geometry and physics is designed to work. It's a beautiful thing. It's constant. In a game where there's so many confusing things going on, you can have a constant. It seems so complicated until you have constants. Far too many golfers have variables. We're creating a constant. So head in place, lead arm straight. That's a crispy golf shot. It's awesome because it works every time you do it. And so the first thing I want you to do to build the skill of low point control is you're going to envision a spot in front of the golf ball. Take this ball out a little bit, get a second ball. That's our spot right there, that ball. And I'm putting out a little further just to give you something to strive for. That's a little too far out in front, but if you're somebody who struggles with hitting over here and maybe at the ball, you need to get more over here and do it every time. You will do this drill until you do this every time. Then you have control over where the club comes in the ground. And the pros practice this too, all the time. So I'm going to set my weight on front side, and I'm just envisioning the club entering the ground here. I'm not thinking a whole lot about technique at first. I just want to get the sensation of lead arm straight, staying centered, and I want to see the club grounding out in front of the ball. My aiming point is out here. You can see I'm still taking a divot in front of the ball. At no point do you ever hit behind the ball. That's step one. Step two, you get two hands on the club. You do the same thing. Just taking a little chip shot. And when I'm doing this, I'm feeling the weight staying forward. I'm feeling this arm straight. I'm even feeling the right arm, my right arm here, staying extended to straight. We're not doing any scooping or flipping. No, you won't have control of that contact point if there is any scooping or flipping. So this is going to fix all of your impact problems. There we go. You can even break it up, do it in smaller chunks. 1, 2. I've got both arms straight. I've got the weight staying forward. My head has not moved all over the place. Then I'll kick it up a notch and I'll hit a shot. I'm going to leave this ball in view so I have something to strive for. I'm aiming for this spot. The ball is here. I'm even going to look out at this ball. I'm going to look out in front of me and swing. I wasn't even looking at the ball I hit. And when I finish there, you can see both arms extended to straight, the weight staying forward. It's a little pitch chip shot. Then you want to work your way up into a 3/4 swing. And we're not really going to go beyond that today because you need to work more on the first part. But 3/4 swing, it's the same idea. Just get a bigger shoulder turn. My lead arm is straight. My head's not shifting. That's the spot I'm aiming for. I don't want to miss that spot. Good strike, arms straight, fully extended, explosive ball flight. Now I noticed on that one, I didn't hit it quite perfect. I hit it almost perfect. And that's because my weight wasn't forward enough. So my weight was hanging back slightly through the shot. That's not a good, you don't want hanging back. We got to be fully committed to this thing. We got to have the weight sending it forward. So emphasize the weight forward if you struggle with hitting a bad shot. If you hit behind it, the weight's not forward enough and the arms aren't straight enough. So here we go again, weight forward. And that one was perfect. Or as I say, perfect. Perfect ball striking. And that was weight staying a lot more forward. I think we'll see a difference between those two swings. Hanging back, I mean, the weight was forward, but it wasn't forward enough. I was kind of back on my right side. So we'll do it again because it feels good. That's weight forward there. My head's in place. I'm trying to get to this ball with a divot. Let's do it again. Slightly thin. Okay, what happened there? Well, I'm not going to panic because my arms weren't straight enough on the way through. I did a little bit of the elbows pulling apart. You're going to run into these things as you practice. It's perfectly normal. It's a skill we're building here. So now I'm going to keep the elbows a little bit more together. I'm trying to do the same thing. And there we go. And that one was perfect or perfect. So we're building a consistent contact point. You need this skill to play great golf. Here's the next step. This is the divot board, and it's going to show you how to master fundamental number one, which is consistent contact with the ball. It's got an imaginary ball right here, and whenever the club swings through, it leaves a trail showing you how the club moved through impact. It shows where the club entered the impact zone, so it hit the ball first here, left a divot in front of it. It even tells you can fix your hook or your slice, your path of the swing through impact, and even if you hit behind it, which we don't want. And if you don't touch it at all, you probably topped it or thinned it. You could use this indoor, outdoor, anywhere. On the carpet, at home, on the grass, outside. If you got a cookout you're doing in the yard, you want to work on your game, divot board will help you do this. I've got students who use this all the time. They'll do this at home. They'll just practice at good impact at home, do the same drill we're doing right here. And they'll go to the range and they'll start striping the ball because they're building good habits all the time. And so we'll do the same drill here. I've got my visual right there, divot board, the imaginary ball at the divot board. Get set. I'll just start off with my lead arm staying straight, the weight staying forward, keep my head in place, swing it. Okay, that's good, really nice. The club entered the ground at the ball first, and then it took a nice divot after impact. I feel like I'm on that show, The Price is Right. You know, it's like, give me an E, give me a clean contact. I'm doing that thing with the letters, ding. Not The Price is Right. It's the show, oh, I can't think of it. With the words. It'll come back to me later. But you get what I'm saying. It's like the club enters and goes through impact. Just like that every single time. Then I'm going to set up and do a chip shot. Same thing. Envisioning the club grounding out there in front. All right. This one was okay. And I say okay because I hit ball first, yes, but there's a little bit of ground right here. And then after is the divot. Nice, very nice. What happens if I flip or I scoop? Well, I'm not sure. There's a flip and there's a chunky monkey. We don't want that. We're training how not to do that today. We'll never see that again. Okay, it's Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Tom, Price is Right. All right, so chip shot again, hitting out in front. I'm hitting right at the ball right now, so I can improve this. Granted, the mat is a little bit above my feet, so I might need to choke down just slightly. I can improve this though. My aiming point is out here. I'm trying to get there. And after doing a few strikes with the divot board with these chips, just hit one. Same feeling. Short, but sweet. You feel contact with the ball. Hit ball first there. I felt my hands ahead. That's good. No flipping. We can do crispier than that. There we go. That's really nice. Both arms extended, weight staying forward. Then we use our divot board for fuller swings, like that 3/4 shot. You can even hit balls with it too. Hit balls off that spot. There's my 3/4 swing. Oops, I was just slightly behind it. That's not good enough. We're gonna reset it. And we need to train to hit that spot again. The ball is out here, that's my aiming point. Trying to get through to here. I don't want to shift, I want to keep my elbows together. There we go. That was money. The divot was about an inch in front of the ball with good swing path, straight through there. No slice, no hook. That ball is gonna fly on a string. So why don't you say we just do that again? This time for real. That is why we play golf right there. You're going to fix every single impact problem you've ever had with the divot board. I've got a link to it in the comments and the description below. Check it out. It's an indispensable training aid. You can use this anywhere. You can build solid contact from anywhere. How many times do you not know where that club's coming to the ground? Like you're practicing at home, you're not sure, you're taking divots out of your carpet. Well, this will tell you right away where the club's coming to the ground. And it doesn't take any prisoners. It tells you exactly where it comes into the ground. It's not forgiving, which means it makes you even better. I put a ball on top, but we're gonna hit a shot. I'm feeling kind of nervous because this is my first time really hitting a ball off of it. Here we go. All right. That was pureed. Inch in front of the ball, nice divot. Path is good. You actually see how the path goes a little bit in, doesn't continue out. That's okay because the golf swing's a circle. So you see the club approaching from in, completes a circle, goes around. So you should see a pattern like that through the ball. That's why sometimes you see players swinging to their left on TV because they're trying to get the club to complete that circle. Fun fact of the day. I love this device. We could sit out here all day and just hit balls with it. That one felt good for the first shot off of it. A lot of these, I've seen ones out there that are like the towels. They're not good enough because the towels break, they rip up. This is solid. It's a totally different material. It's designed to withstand thousands of strikes. Towels, you'll break those in no time. So the divot board certainly lasts a lot longer than some of the other stuff I've tried out there. I highly recommend it for building solid contact. There we go again. Contact off of it feels pretty good. It doesn't feel rough or harsh. It actually feels like you're striking some ground. It's a softer material down there. So that feels great. Ball first divot, ball first divot. Exactly what you need. It's the whole meaning of life for golfers. We're going to set up the ball. Envision the same feeling I've got with the divot board. Here we go. And that, SagutoGolfers, is a golf shot. So today we've learned how to go from inconsistent ball striking to consistent ball striking using the divot board. You've got an excellent drill. I expect you to go out to the range and pure every shot. You'll never hit behind the ball again. You'll never top a shot again if you keep doing this. Have an awesome week, and I look forward to seeing you in a future episode.